Welcome back to Coding Things in Real Life, where we code things in real life, but offer a fresh perspective on the sensationalist garbage that is the tech news. Today we'll be looking at the CEO of Nvidia, Jensen Huang's words on why the future of coding is no more. I really don't think that there's much that I can say that hasn't already been said by my good friend Linus Torvalds, the inventor of the Linux kernel. Here's his take on the situation.
Nvidia, you.
Okay, sorry, I just did that for fun. Let's hear what he really has to say on the topic.
Today, as Jim proved to us, without talking about artificial intelligence and large language models, I typically say artificial intelligence is autocorrect on steroids, because all a large language model does is it predicts what's the most likely next word that you're going to use, and then it extrapolates.
This is actually a really important point that the interview is making. Artificial intelligence, as it exists today in the public, does not actually think, it does not actually do any logical processing other than just analyzing the arrangement of the words versus other historical arrangements of words and related words, and then predict the next word. I think that's a great way of describing how it actually works.
From there. So not really very intelligent, but obviously the impact that it has on our lives, on the reality we live in is significant. Do you think we will see LLM written code that is submitted to you as a pull request?
I'm convinced it's going to happen, yes. It may well be happening already, maybe on a smaller scale where people really use it more as a help in writing code, but it's clearly something where automation has always helped people write code. I mean,
full disclosure, I use AI to write code every day, and I'm still employed.
I mean, this is not anything new at all. We don't write machine code anymore. We don't even write assembler, and now we're moving on from C to Rust. So I don't see this as something as revolutionary as all the news talk is every day about AI. It's not an area I obviously work with. I'm still very low level. I got into kernels because I love the low level hardware details, and that's why I'm still there.
But so you say you expect this can help people write code, this can help people get started. But then if we look at the previous conversation and the challenges around code reviews and maintaining, so do you think that large language models will get to the point that they can help us review code?
This is a bit of a silly question to me. To me, it's obvious if a piece of machine can write code that it can obviously read and judge the efficacy of code, and you can see this by feeding ChatGPT some code. It's actually pretty good at pointing out the syntax errors, slight logical mistakes, but when it comes to overall, design and looking at a huge code base, it's still not quite there.
That they can help maintain subsystems?
I hope, because that's certainly one of the areas which I see them really being able to shine, to find the obvious stupid bugs. Because, I mean, how many people here are actually programmers in this room?
A lot.
So, a fair number. A lot of the bugs I write. A lot of the bugs I see other people write.
Linus Torvalds writes bugs?
They're not like subtle bugs. A lot of them are just the stupid bugs that you did not think about, and you don't need any kind of higher intelligence to find them. But having tools that warn, I mean, we have compilers that warn about the obvious, really obvious ones, but having LLMs that warn about slightly more subtle cases where it may just say, this pattern does not look like the regular pattern. Are you sure this is what you mean? And the answer may be, no, that was not at all what I meant. You found an obvious bug. Thank you very much. So I do think that LLMs are going to be a big, you call them disparagingly like autocorrects on steroids. And I actually think that they're way more than that, and how most people work is we all are autocorrects on steroids to some degree. And I see that as a tool that can help us be better at what we do. But I've always been optimistic. The whole hopeful was the word you had.
Yes. Helpful, hopeful, and humble.
Hopeful and humble, that's my middle name. But on the other hand, I mean, I have been so optimistic that 32 years ago, I was stupid enough to think that you can write a better kernel than anybody else. So you have to kind of be a bit too optimistic at times to make a difference. So my approach to LLMs really has been that, hey, this is wonderful. This is going to...
I love seeing the optimism. I don't necessarily share it.
Yeah, no, a lot of people disagree with me.
One of the things that I worry about in all this is we see the hallucinations. We see, and that's a technical term for LLMs, they do hallucinate and they do make up stuff.
Another word for hallucinating for AI is it not working. Hallucination is just another term for a failure. Its job is to predict the next word, and it goes off, it picks the wrong word, and therefore each word thereafter is based on a wrong word. So that sort of logical linking between words, you can see where that has its flaws. A real human, when they're talking, they can catch themselves mid-word, and they can change it. A large language model, as far as I know, is not capable of doing that.
And so the more they are being put into the position where they will automatically do things without an actual human being there to catch them, the more this becomes scary.
Scary.
Not scary as in they will rule the world, and not in the sci-fi sense, but in the so many bugs that will happen and that will affect our lives or our code.
Well, I see the bugs that happen without them every day, so that may be why I'm not so worried. I think we're doing those just fine on our own.
And I don't think I can end the AI topic on a better highlight. So let's go from there to...
The large language models are here for our benefit. They will not take our jobs, and they are nowhere near being able to take our jobs. Specifically with the Nvidia CEO, you really have to look at the person's financial interest in the subject. Nvidia's GPUs are to be used heavily in AI. It's no coincidence that the CEO of Nvidia is telling you that their product is the foundation of the future. Their nefarious goal is to get you to believe that you should stop programming so that you will go with their non-program solutions that they'll be putting out in the coming years. My advice to you is, don't believe the hype. Somebody is always trying to sell something, and it's your job to not buy it unless it's good. And this whole AI is going to replace programmers thing, that's not worth a sack of shit. So thank you for watching this video. I hope it gave you some perspective on the topic. And if you found this video entertaining or useful or uplifting, then please give it a like. And don't forget to subscribe to Coding Things in Real Life. And I just wanted to say thank you to all of my subscribers. You don't know how much you mean to me. Your confidence in me means the world. And I look forward to making videos for you for a long time. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.